Claire again. Talking to a man I recognized, Mark, a senior strategist, the one who accidentally deleted my project files last month. The captions auto-generated. Claire. She's too good. If the board sees her pitch, they'll replace me. Mark. So, what do you want to do? Claire. What we always do, push her out before she gets traction. Mark. Think she'll go quietly? Claire. She's soft. They're always soft. Claire, laughing, trust me. She won't fight back. My hands shook. My vision blurred. I couldn't breathe. Aaliyah stepped forward, placed her hand gently on my arm. Now you understand, she said softly. This wasn't discrimination by accident. Not ignorance. Not policy. Not miscommunication. She looked me directly in the eyes. This was a targeted removal. The room felt like it tilted. Jasmine set the tablet on the desk. There's more, she said quietly. And the anonymous person who reached out to you? They're scared, really scared. Who is it? I whispered. We have a list narrowed to 3 names, Aaliyah said. Someone inside wants to help you, but they're being watched. Her next words sent a chill down my spine. Nao, Claire didn't just fire you, she erased you. Silence. Heavy silence. Aaliyah leaned down toward me. You can walk away from this right now, she said. Start your new job, rebuild, heal, pretend none of this happened. She paused. Or you can burn them to the ground. Jasmine crossed her arms. And we'll help you do it, legally, publicly, strategically. My pulse hammered. I heard Claire's voice in the recording again. She's soft, they're always soft. Soft. Always soft. Like black women are ornaments. Bodies to fill diversity quotas. Mouths to stay quiet. Hair to be fixed. My jaw tightened. My hands steadied. I lifted my head. Aaliyah, I said softly. I'm not soft. Aaliyah smiled slowly. Dangerously.
No, she said.
No, sweetheart, you never were. She reached into her bag and pulled out a final folder. Black cover. Silver lettering. Operation. Crowned Justice. Phase 1 Naomi Brooks. What's Phase 1? I asked. Jasmine grinned. Oh, she said. You're gonna love this.
She tapped the tablet.
A calendar opened. Bright red circle. Next Wednesday. Cultural competency training. Mandatory for all Larkwell executives. Aaliyah smirked. You're the keynote speaker. I blinked. What? Oh yes, Aaliyah said. They invited Crown Beauty Labs to host the event months ago. And this year, I decided our speaker should have personal experience. Jasmine added. Every executive will be there.
Claire. Mark.
The board. Aaliyah stepped back, letting the weight of her plan settle over me. Naomi, she said softly, this is where you walk back into that building.
She paused.
And they realize you didn't just survive them. You surpassed them. My heart pounded. My lungs burned. My hands tingled. I whispered. What happened next changed everything for her. And no one saw it coming. Aaliyah smiled. Exactly. She reached out her hand. Welcome to war. For the next 3 days, I didn't sleep properly. Not from fear. Not anymore. From adrenaline. From clarity. From the quiet, electric hum beneath my skin. The hum of a woman who had finally stopped apologizing for her existence. Jasmine worked with me every morning, training me in public speaking under pressure, how to deal with executives who weaponize politeness, how to recognize coded racist language in real time, how to keep a room's energy under my control. Corporate America hates confident black women, she said. So, you're going to become the most confident black woman they've ever seen. Aaliyah trained me every evening, not on presentation, on strategy, on psychology, on dominance. You're not going back there to educate them, she said softly. You're going back there to dethrone them. She paced the room like a general before a battle. You need to understand the nature of people like Claire, she explained one night. They don't fear consequences. They fear witnesses. They fear exposure. And most of all, they fear the one thing they can't control. She turned sharply and pointed at me. You. A shiver ran through me. But not fear. Recognition. The day before the training, something strange happened. Jasmine burst into my new office, so fast the door slammed against the wall. Naomi, she said, breathless. You need to see this. She handed me her tablet. A screenshot. An anonymous email. Sent to your old company inbox. Subject line. She knows. My pulse spiked. I read.
Naomi,
Don't come alone on Wednesday.
Claire is planning something. I heard her on the phone last night.
She said, if she walks in here thinking she can ruin me, I'll handle her myself. You need to be careful. Trust no one. A friend. My breath caught. Jasmine ran a hand through her braids. We traced the IP, she said. It came from inside Larkwell. Someone's risking a lot to warn you.
Who?
I whispered. We don't know, she said. But the timing? This close to the training? Something's off. Aaliyah stepped inside just then, calm as ever, holding a mug of peppermint tea like nothing in the world could shake her. What happened? She asked. Jasmine handed her the tablet. Aaliyah read the email once.
Twice.
Then slowly inhaled through her nose. This confirms it, she said softly. They're planning to ambush you. I felt my chest tighten, not with fear, but with something heavier. Ambush how? I asked. Jasmine spoke first. Corporate humiliation, public takedown, making you look unhinged or incompetent. Aaliyah nodded. Or worse, making sure you never get hired in this industry again. I swallowed. They think I'm soft, I whispered.
No, Aaliyah corrected firmly.
They need to think you're soft, because if they admit the truth, that you're a threat, everything they built starts to crumble.
She placed the tablet on my desk.
Naomi, she said, sit.
Iset.
She pulled a chair next to me, so we were eye level. What happens tomorrow will be emotional. It will be ugly. It will be triggering. They will use your race, your gender, your past, your silence, everything, to destabilize you. My throat clenched. But here's the part they'll never see coming. Her voice dropped. You won't be destabilized. You'll be prepared. She slid a folder toward me. On the cover. Phase 2, the reveal. I hesitated.
Open it, she said.
I did. Inside. Screenshots of Claire's secret Slack messages. Audio transcripts of her private calls. Internal budget reports proving she funneled company money to a competitor. HR claims she buried. Emails where she mocked minority hires. Notes she stole from me and repackaged as her own.
ANEDEA violations.
Falsified performance reviews of other Black women. My hand trembled over each page. This is. I couldn't finish. Enough to get her fired, Jasmine said. Enough to get her blacklisted, Aaliyah added. Enough, Jasmine said quietly, to make her fall apart. And tomorrow, Aaliyah said, you choose when, where, and how to pull the trigger. The room felt too small. The air felt too still. I looked up at Aaliyah. Aren't you scared? I asked.
For you, she said.
Always. For the plan? She smiled slowly. Not even for a second. That night, everything became strange, too quiet, too still, too dark. I didn't want to sleep, but exhaustion eventually forced me into bed. Around 3:11 a.m., I woke up abruptly. Not from a nightmare. From a sound. A soft click. Metal.
Familiar.
My apartment door. My blood turned to ice. I sat up slowly, every muscle in my body locked. Someone was in my apartment. A hallway floorboard creaked. A breath caught in a throat that wasn't mine. I grabbed my phone, hands shaking, and opened the only chat I trusted. Jasmine. Someone is here. The typing bubble appeared immediately. Lock your door. Stay silent. I'm calling Aaliyah. Don't move. Another message appeared seconds later. We're on our way. My heart pounded so violently I felt it in my teeth. Footsteps moved toward my bedroom. Slow, careful, unhurried. The kind of steps taken by someone who didn't think they needed to hide. I held my breath. The shadow outside my door shifted. Then, my phone buzzed, loud. The footsteps stopped. Silence. Horrible silence. I clamped a hand over the phone, but it was too late. The shadow moved. The doorknob turned.
Slowly.
Deliberately. My breath hitched. Then, a voice. A woman.
Soft.
Cold.
Familiar.
Naomi. My blood froze solid.
Claire.
In there, sweetheart? My skin crawled. You didn't show up to the office today, she purred. I just wanted to check on you. My heart hammered against my ribs. She was inside my home. Inside my private space. Inside my sanctuary. I texted Jasmine blindly. It's Claire. Her reply came instantly. Don't talk. We're 10 minutes away. Hide, right now. Claire moved closer. I want to clear the air before tomorrow, she said. You and I, we're not enemies, you know that, right? My stomach turned. She reached the door. A soft thump as her palm pressed against the wood. Let me in, Naomi. I stood perfectly still.
Silent.
Frozen. Another thump. Not a knock. A fist. Harder. Let me in. She rattled the handle. I stepped back. She rattled it again.
Then her voice changed. Dropped. No squeakneys. No fake professionalism.
Just raw, exposed venom. You think you can ruin me? She hissed. You think you can embarrass me? You don't know who you're dealing with. Her breath hitched with rage. You step onto that stage tomorrow, and I will destroy you. My stomach twisted violently. She knew. She knew I'd be there. You're nobody, she spat. You'll always be nobody. Hair or no hair. Job or no job. No one will ever believe you. No one will ever pick you. You're replaceable. You're forgettable. I squeezed my eyes shut. Her next words were almost a whisper. You are right to hide what you are. My hands trembled. My breath shook. But then,
a sound. Distant.
Heavy feet racing down the hallway. Jasmine's voice shouting. Step away from the door. Claire froze. Aaliyah's voice thundered behind her. Touch that doorknob again, and I swear to God. Claire panicked. For the first time, she panicked. Footsteps. A retreat. The sharp slam of my front door. The apartment fell silent. I collapsed onto the floor, shaking. The door burst open seconds later. Aaliyah, Jasmine. I choked out. Aaliyah ran to me first and wrapped her arms around me tightly. You're safe, she whispered. You're safe. You're safe. Jasmine was already checking the hallway, the locks, the windows. My heart hammered in my chest, but slowly, painfully slowly, it steadied. Aaliyah cupped both my cheeks in her hands and forced me to meet her eyes. This isn't about your hair anymore, she said. She's terrified of what you can do. Jasmine came back inside and locked the door behind her. She won't try that again, she said. Not after tonight. I wiped my face, still trembling. What do we do now? I whispered. Aaliyah's expression darkened, not with fear. With purpose. With what we planned, she said firmly. You show up tomorrow. Her voice turned to steel. And we bury her publicly. Jasmine nodded. It's time, Naomi. My hands steadied. My lungs filled. My heartbeat became sharp, rhythmic, alive. I wasn't prey anymore. I wasn't a victim. I wasn't an employee. I was the storm coming for them. I stood. Aaliyah smiled. Good, she said. You're ready. The morning of the training felt unreal. Not scary. Not overwhelming. Just quiet. The kind of quiet right before an earthquake. I stood in the mirror of the new office bathroom, brown skin glowing. Natural curls shaped into a soft halo around my face. Eyes sharp enough to cut glass. Shoulders relaxed. I looked powerful, like the woman I was supposed to be all along. Aaliyah walked in behind me, arms folded, studying me with that calm, clinical precision she always had before a major confrontation. You look ready, she said. I feel ready. You feel dangerous, she corrected with a faint smirk. Good. Jasmine burst in moments later, wearing her signature headset like she was producing a HBO special. We have a layout, she announced. They're setting the main conference room with cameras. HR claims it's for record keeping, but they're planning to weaponize footage if things go sideways. Aaliyah scoffed. Of course they are. Jasmine handed me a small device. What's this? I asked. A mic, she said. For your record keeping. Our lawyers said we're allowed. I clipped it discreetly under my blazer. Aaliyah adjusted my collar once, then stepped back. When you walk in there, she said slowly, remember. You're not an employee. You're not the fired girl. You're not the victim.
She leaned in.
You are the highest-ranking executive in that room. Her words hit me like electricity. And suddenly, the fear evaporated. Only clarity remained. The lobby. We entered the building together. It was surreal. The lobby smelled the same, burnt coffee, printer ink, cheap perfume, but the energy was different. People turned their heads. Some whispered. Some smiled nervously. Some stepped aside, pretending to check phones. One intern caught my eye, a quiet black girl with thick glasses. She mouthed silently, "Go get them." I smiled. Aaliyah whispered, "People already chose their side." She was right. We stepped into the elevator. Floor 12. The doors opened with a soft ding. And there, waiting outside the conference room,
Claire.
But this wasn't the polished, controlled Claire everyone knew. This was Panic wearing lipstick. Her hair messy. Her blouse slightly wrinkled. Her eyes red, like she hadn't slept. She still tried to smirk. "Naomi," she said softly. "Before we begin, I think." "No." Aaliyah cut her off. "Your time for negotiations ended at midnight." Claire stiffened. Her gaze snapped toward me. "You shouldn't be here," she hissed quietly. "Funny," I said. "That's exactly what you told me the day you fired me." She flinched. "I didn't." "Let's go inside," I said. Claire swallowed hard. And for the first time since I'd known her, she followed me. The conference room was packed. Executives, HR reps, managers, board members. Some eager, some nervous, some confused. 2 cameras in opposite corners recorded everything. A long mahogany table dominated the center. The walls were plastered with posters about diversity and inclusion, which would have been funny if they weren't so grotesquely ironic. Jasmine leaned close. "The board is expecting a soft workshop," she whispered. "They have no idea what's coming." Aaliyah took a seat against the wall, arms crossed. "I'll cue you when it's time," she murmured. I walked to the front. Claire sat near the middle, trying to stabilize her breathing. I placed my folder gently on the podium. For a moment, there was silence. Perfect silence. Then I began. "Good morning, everyone." My voice carried through the room.
Calm. Warm.
Controlled. "I'm here today to talk about professionalism. Specifically, how Black professionalism is judged, measured, and often weaponized in corporate America." A few people nodded. A few stiffened. A few glanced nervously at Claire. I continued. For example, hair. I paused. My natural hair. I emphasized it. Let it hang in the air like smoke. When I came to this company, I believed my curls were beautiful. Some of you disagreed. Shifting in chairs. Avoided eye contact.
Good.
Somebody told me my hair was a distraction. That it was unpolished. That it didn't fit the image. I looked directly at Claire. Her face turned pale. But what I want to focus on isn't just the racism behind those words. It's the intention. I let the silence hold for a beat. Because what many people don't realize is that discrimination rarely shows up screaming. Most of the time, it whispers. A murmur of discomfort rippled through the room. Good. I opened the folder. Claire visibly tensed. "And today," I said softly, "we're going to hear some whispers." The room went cold. Exhibit A, the Slack messages. I clicked the remote. A projection appeared on the wall. Claire's private Slack messages. Word for word. She looks like she's going to an audition for The Lion King. How am I supposed to manage someone who walks in with a whole shrub on her head? Can HR fire her for being distracting? Gasps erupted. A few people literally covered their mouths. One HR rep turned beet red. Claire's breath stuttered. "That's taken out of context," she whispered. "It's the full message," I said. Another slide. More messages. I can't deal with this affirmative action project anymore. She's emotional, they always are. She's too sensitive for high-performance culture. Silence. Then a board member at the end of the table whispered, "My God." Claire's hands shook. I wasn't done. Exhibit B, the audio recording. Aaliyah gave me a small nod. I pressed play. Claire's voice filled the room. Recorded during her call last night. If she walks into this training tomorrow, I'll destroy her myself. The room erupted. Executives started whispering. Managers stared in disbelief. Someone muttered, "This is unprofessional. No, this is illegal." Claire stood abruptly. "This is manipulation," she shouted. "She's twisting everything. This is harassment." Aaliyah stood up slowly. Her presence changed the air. "Sit down, Claire."
Her voice was low, deadly.
Claire hesitated, then sat. Her jaw clenched, her eyes wild. Exhibit C, the denials. I walked around the table.
Slow.
Deliberate. "You told me that my hair was the reason clients didn't take me seriously." I placed a document in front of each executive. "You lied." The document showed. I had the highest client satisfaction rating in my department. Higher than Claire. Higher than her entire management team. Gasps again. Claire's eyes widened. "You forged performance metrics," I continued. She shook her head rapidly. No, that's not what." "Naomi, you don't understand. You deleted positive reviews I received." "That's false." "You submitted a complaint to HR claiming my appearance caused tension." "It wasn't just your hair," she blurted. Dead silence. A board member leaned forward. "Then what was it, Claire?" Claire froze. Her face drained completely. Everyone stared, waiting, expecting. Aaliyah smiled slowly. "No answer?" she asked. "Interesting." Exhibit D, the final blow. The room was already collapsing in on Claire. But I had one more card. I returned to the podium. "And lastly," I said, "there's something Claire didn't want anyone to know." I clicked. A final slide appeared. Financial reports. Unauthorized transfers. Claire paying a competitor for insider market data. A collective shock rippled like a wave. The CFO's face went white.